The news is breaking on Twitter that PayPal have decided to take a step into the cryptocurrency world, accepting Bitcoin. You know, that thing that went wild about 2 years ago, everybody piled into, including getting a load of loans and a load of credit cards and emptying a load of debt into it, and then it just dropped off. Now, at its peak around about 2 years ago, it topped off at about 12,000 US dollars, rising to 16,000, I may be wrong, and then it crashed over time. And in the last few years, we've had situations where certain industries and certain countries outlawed it, where people were piling into it as a safe bet against the world in places like Iran and Iraq. So therefore, they've got a decentralized currency. So in this case, PayPal, with 300 million users, 20, 30 million business brokerage kind of accounts, this is legitimizing something that many people have been using for many years. Now, how does this affect the YouTube ecosystem? Very good question. There's many Bitcoin people that have been on this platform for a very, very long time, and they've been talking about blockchain and Ethereum and Bitcoin and stuff like that. Now, if they're stepping out to accept things like Bitcoin, then trust me, PayPal will slowly over time start accepting other altcoins. This means that anyone that was creating Bitcoin content, explaining Bitcoin over the last 4, 5, 10 years or so, it now means that that content is no longer as dark and shady and schemy as everybody had feared. This means that alternative currencies is possibly a thing. Now, it also means that in the last 2-3 days, Bitcoin has jumped 5%, and it's back up to the $12,000 it used to be. And news of something like this, a mainstream brokerage being willing to be effectively a wallet for this currency in 2021 and onwards, will only make it more mainstream, only more recognized, only much more acceptable. So everyone that was mining it 10 years ago and had it sat in a wallet at 30 cents a go are coining it in right now. And anyone that bought in 2-3 years ago when it went all the way up and then they panicked because it plummeted, but then they didn't sell it off, this is you making your money back. This is people accepting that the blockchain and the idea of decentralized currencies could work. And the fact that it's announced through PayPal, one of the innovators over the years, PayPal that pretty much was the fuel that helped eBay cement themselves where they are, PayPal, the first big boy that truly made exchanging money online much more acceptable. PayPal's now become everyday life. When was the last time you used PayPal? I accept my invoices via PayPal. I send money via PayPal. I use my PayPal business card to process things. There's PayPal credit cards. You can get PayPal accounts and debit accounts. So PayPal stepping into this, it's pretty much their normal MO. It's pretty much the thing that they would have done anyway, pushing the envelope. But they're the first major company in this space to embrace them so wildly. Before now, you'd have to go out and get like a Bitcoin or a CoinCash wallet and stuff like that. Now, come 2021, you'll be able to use the brand recognized PayPal account to pay using Bitcoin in everyday shops. You'll be able to use your Bitcoin balance to pay for invoices, for legal goods, all whilst hiding your transactions on the blockchain. If PayPal's accepting these now, it means that the technology is being more and more accepted. This time last year, we were talking about Facebook launching the idea of a Libra coin, and it fell away because it was going to be supported by banks, but then the banks pulled out. This time, PayPal's gone to Bitcoin, rather than them creating their own altcoin. They haven't made Paycoin, right? They're embracing the customer experience. They're embracing the customer base that is there. So this could be very interesting for the people that already hold Bitcoin or were speculating on Bitcoin as one of those things that, oh, if it goes to zero, it goes to zero. So I'm quite curious to see where this goes. But it also means there's going to be many people that now feel justified on the YouTube platform, because this is the start of decentralization. Does this mean that Bitcoin's going to become the new currency? Right now, no. But the idea of blockchain in 5, 10, 20, 30, 50 years' time has just taken a large leap forward in credibility. Now, do you use Bitcoin? Do you use altcoin? Do you store any money in any alternatives like Ethereum? I'm quite curious. I've never personally invested in these because before now I didn't have any form of liquid investment to do so. I was much more focused in the last 5, 10 years of surviving and paying the rent and stuff like that. I'll be honest, at the last big boom, I was considering trying to find a way to get a wallet and dump money in. And that stung a load of people when it was that gold rush 2, 3 years ago. So now that you'll be able to do it via PayPal, it might make it more stable, more socially acceptable, less of a roller coaster ride, something that you could invest into the future. So I'm quite curious. But yes, just to confirm, PayPal will allow customers to buy, sell and hold Bitcoin in virtual currencies in their own online wallet as of 2021. And I thought, seeing as this news was breaking on Twitter now, and I feel that it's something that could hurt and help the YouTube ecosystem, that I'd hop on here to give my opinion on the matter. So, if you have any comments, feel free to let me know. But PayPal right now has over 300 million customers. I feel Bitcoin is a fake currency. Now that PayPal's stepping towards it to make it more legitimate, does that make it slightly less fake? Now that PayPal is bringing 300 million real people with real bank accounts being able to walk into shops to spend their now real Bitcoin, does that make it a little less fake? I understand what you're saying. It's a number that was plucked out of nowhere. And 15 years ago, it was just a weird mathematical algorithm that people who were nerds were aware of, that were crunching. I tried it many, many moons ago. I've probably got a few Bitcoin sat somewhere. But now, indeed, it is more valuable than money, including what it stands for. It stands for freedom in some countries. Because, indeed, all currencies are fake. They are lent towards the gold standard or a central bank. But yes, in theory, this now means that if you're in other countries as well, like there was many people that were terrified that they were losing the value of money in like Lebanon, and there was a few places, forgive my ignorance, there was a few places that were going through war and stuff, and the value of their local money was plummeting. So if they could put money into Bitcoin, at least Bitcoin would be, yes, volatile, but maybe less volatile than their crashing economy. So with PayPal's almost 300 million customers and over 20 million active merchant accounts and billions of transactions conducted every year, PayPal's community of online buyers and sellers relies on guaranteed safe payment over the internet, including PayPal in themselves offering a money guarantee, a seller's guarantee and a buyer's guarantee. Now that guarantee will obviously have to be lent to their new arrangement with Bitcoin as a broker. So, is this something that you could imagine that you would use? Would you use Bitcoin now more that PayPal is offering that kind of support? Does this legitimize the currency a bit more? Or is this something that might fade out in 20 years' time and it's just a fad right now? Please let me know. And please continue to leave comments in the section below. I will continue to reply to as many of the comments as well.